Yeah, so the Angel fans really need to be thanking Tim Tebow because the Angels were going to draft Tebow out of high school, but Tebow decided to go to Florida and win some national championships. They never would have had Trout had they drafted Tebow. Coming to you pre-tape from the Best Coast Show studios, this is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Sage. Curtis, it quite possibly might be Tebow time in Los Angeles.
Oh, God.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
You mean for the Dodgers or the
Rams?
Dodgers?
For the Dodgers.
He's playing baseball now.
He's playing baseball now.
So his football's out.
Football's out.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
We just got rid of Puig. Why do we need another unproductive play?
You don't know he's unproductive. The dude hit 496 in high school.
That's high school.
By comparison, Ichiro hit 504.
Okay, what
if Tebow turns into our Ichiro?
Really?
You don't know that.
What did he do in college?
He didn't play because he graduated a year early so he can concentrate on football and go win national championships for the University of Florida.
I thought he was like an SEC announcer. I thought he was going to get in the booth.
He's a winner. He's got leadership skills. People like him. Like, he's an overall awesome guy.
I don't like him.
I like him.
So he and Kershaw could go and build houses together out in Africa.
They're both really big into the whole Christian thing. So he would be a good clubhouse presence. And if Kershaw likes him, I like him.
We have a lot of outfielders right now that we just don't even know what to do with. I mean, okay, let's Tim Tebow talk aside. It is a baseball
time.
It is a football baseball episode today, Albert.
Look, I'm Tebowing.
Is that what that is?
I'm Tebowing.
Okay, all right. It's the Dodgers. For those of you on the podcast on audio, he just did a Tim Tebow thing. What is that?
Tebowing.
Tebowing. Okay.
Tebowing.
We have a Dodgers and Rams combo episode this week, Albert. We're going to start with the Dodgers. We are one game out of first place. We should be tied, but the Giants, stupid Buster Posey and the Giants. Did you see Buster Posey slide into the bag with his head?
That was awesome.
So awesome. I wish all of his teeth got knocked out.
But
just end the season with the weirdest injury ever. Why can't Buster play? His teeth got all knocked out because he slid face.
He'd still play.
He would. He probably would. He's a gamer. Dodgers are 63-49. We are in second place, but we're first in the wild card. We're kind of pulling away a little bit.
4 games up. But it doesn't matter, though, because at the end of the year, you could be 20 games up on the wild card. It comes down to one game.
It doesn't matter because, Miami could beat us in that one game. You throw Jose Fernandez out there against Clayton Kershaw. All right.
And because the Dodgers are the Dodgers and Mattingly now runs the Marlins, they are going to beat us in that one wild card game just to spite us.
That would be
because that's the Dodger luckness that we have.
We got to talk about Yaz Money. Albert thinks could he be back on the juice possibly. We're going to talk about the Rams preseason. We're going to talk a little bit about Trey Mason, and we have a random Ram. So Albert, let's get started.
All right. So we're in second place, one game out. The last 10 games, the Dodgers and the Giants have had the exact same outcome for the last 10 games. That's why we've been one game out the last 10 games. When they win, we win. When they lose, we lose, blah, blah, blah. But
they're struggling right now.
They are struggling, and we're doing better. We're all, like you told me earlier, half of our team is now hitting over 300 since July, which brings us to the Yaz Money conversation.
Well, let's rewind back. I mean, these players were not. It's so funny. Kershaw is having one of his best seasons ever,
and then he got hurt.
And but we have nobody hitting for him. So again, like usual, Kershaw comes out and he has to pitch almost a near perfect game every game because the team was batting 208,
and oftentimes provide his own offense.
And oftentimes he's the best hitter on the team when he's out there. Certainly, probably more confident than some of our lower batters. Yasiel Puig. But. So now Kershaw goes down, and the team decides, oh, yeah, that's right, we should start hitting again. So we got Seager batting 303. This is since July 1st, Albert. Seager, of course, Rookie of the Year, who is 21st home run last night. Guys,
he had 2 last night.
Just he's incredible. Seager's batting 303 since July 1st. Turner's batting 317. Gonzo is now Gonzo again, 336. Grandal's batting 342 since July 1st. So this isn't a fluke.
He's on the juice.
And then Howie's batting, just, dependable Howie is batting 310. I'm almost thinking we, as much as I love Chase, I'm thinking we move Howie into the second, we move him back to second base. I feel like he's a better fielder than Chase Utley, but we'll get to that in a minute. So you think Yaz, there's something up with him because all of a sudden he was batting 190.
The dude was batting 190. July comes in, and suddenly this dude hits 11 home runs in 27 games.
Is he leading the National League in home runs for catchers, right?
Yes, for catchers. He also now has a career high 17. And our social media coordinator, running the Twitter account, made a comment about, hey, Yaz Money suddenly is hitting home runs left and right. He could be on the juice.
And at Dodger Stadium.
And that didn't sit too well with a lot of the people on the Twitter. They're like, oh, that's so dumb. That's so stupid. How could you guys think that? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well,
we don't think it.
Given his history.
We're not analysts. We're just fans.
Right, we're just fans. Given his history, our sense of humor, and the fact that we're just assholes on the internet.
Listen, I'm cool.
It could be possible.
I'm cool with it.
You're cool with it if he's juicing? Because you like cheaters. That's why you wanted D. Gordon back.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine.
As long as they win.
I think that Grandal is finally now feeling
healthy.
Good.
I think realistically, his shoulder's better now. Because when he swings, he makes a full swing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
He doesn't shorten it up.
You can tell.
And he's not leaning on his left leg again.
Yeah.
So his knee is better. His shoulder is better.
Yeah.
Like the entire left side of his body was destroyed.
It was.
So I'm thinking, all jokes aside, he's finally healthy.
Yeah.
That's why he's finally making contact.
And listen, no catcher is ever going to go through a major league season being 100%. No. They're going to be 60%.
No, you're crouching 3 hours a day.
Oh my God, that's got to kill your knees.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. So he's never going to be 100% healthy. So where we have him right now is incredible. I love it. He's still not the best defensive catcher. I know that the Dodgers got him for his framing of pitches. So many balls are like, get by him. Now listen.
McCarthy the other day. That's not Yaz Money's fault. Okay.
No, but wait. Hold on before we get to McCarthy because that was crazy. But Urias pitched yesterday, and the ball that got by, I watched that like 4 times. Grandal should have had that ball. It gave up 2 runs.
Well, he's too busy trying to frame before the ball gets there. That's why he misses.
He missed that ball. But let's go back to McCarthy. This is hilarious.
McCarthy developed the yips, and these pitches they weren't off the plate.
No.
They were 9-10 feet out.
Players were scared.
Yeah.
They were like Red Sox players. I think he was doing it on purpose. Like to get into their heads. Yeah, because they were like backing off the plate. A couple of the guys stared him down. Like I think people were like, are you okay, dude? Like they didn't want to get hit by him. They were like worried that he had lost it all. He basically looked like Charlie Sheen from he looked like
Vaughn?
What's his name?
Like Wild Thing?
Wild Thing. He looked like Wild Thing from Major League. I mean, there was a couple pitches that were 8 feet outside.
Julio's already rocking the mohawk.
Yeah.
Julio should just cut in the grooves into the back of his head like Charlie Sheen did.
Yeah, he looked good. So do we have to be? I made a comment on Twitter that he'll be on the DL. That McCarthy will be on the DL after the 5th inning. The last game after the first 3 innings, I was like, "What the hell?" But we won that game.
We did.
And the Dodgers relief came up big again. How is this happening? We have Libator on the DL, and we're still doing well in the bullpen. So how we're 1 game out, I have no idea right now. There was no reason why we should be.
Math.
It's just mathematics.
So eventually these things that the nerds put together were like, hey, we suck right now. It's April, May. Eventually, the math will work itself out, and it appears that the math is working itself out.
So the mathematical models that they have all up in their offices. So
I bet you if you walk in,
it's like beautiful mind.
Exactly, it's like a beautiful mind. There's just like paper everywhere and string attached to this and attached to that, and like they've already discovered who killed Kennedy. Only it's not important right now because baseball season's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So we should have been trusting the nerds this whole time. Is Josh Reddick in a hit higher than 100? He's 2 for 23 or something.
Yeah, our friend J.R. Hernandez over at the Angry Dodgers podcast, he claims that Reddick is just going to go ballistic. And
he's been hitting the ball hard.
Hit 465 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Now, he's making contact. He's hitting it hard. He's just hitting it at somebody.
Yeah. He's not, I mean, I think Dodger fans, it's cool because we're not struggling right now.
Right.
If we were struggling and we were like a 500 team right now, then people would be just going ballistic on this trade.
Well, that's how we are.
Yeah. Are we going to get Rich Hill back anytime? Because he got another blister.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah.
God damn it.
So we don't really know about him, but we're getting Brett Anderson back. I'm excited.
He pitched last night in AAA. He went, I think, 5 innings, 3
couple
runs, couple strikeouts.
I think 2 runs earned.
Just be
Apparently,
healthy.
He looked pretty good.
Just be healthy. But back to the Rich Hill thing. It's like, dude, get your hand, dip that fucking thing in wax, and let it sit.
What about Gorilla Glue? Just glue the shit
That's a good
out
idea.
of your finger. Just so you don't even have...
No, wait, you can't do that.
Oh, you can't?
You can't because...
Is that Dr. the Baseball?
Yeah.
But
the wax after you put your hand on the wax treatment, just let it sit, let it cool off, and then scrape it off. You've never done those wax hands at like museums?
No, I haven't done wax hands.
Okay, so you do wax hand in a museum, right? And then after it like burns your hand, and then they cool it down in the ice, you could rip it off and it turns into the mold. In this case, don't rip it off and let it turn into the mold. Just let it, like, I don't want to say coagulate, but just let it sit over the blisters, and it'll seep it out and just cover it up. And then when you go pitch in 3, 4, 5 days, whatever, the umpires aren't going to look at your hands and go, hey, sir, that's Gorilla Glue. You're ejected.
Okay. What about peeing on his hands?
Why would you pee on your hands?
I thought that was a way to get rid of the blisters.
No, you pee
Is that
on
the calluses?
No, you pee on people when they get stung with a jellyfish.
Okay, no, but I mean...
I don't understand. Why would you pee on your hands? That doesn't make any sense.
Moises Alou, remember Moises Alou?
Yeah, I remember Moises Alou.
So he would wear no batting gloves and he would just pee on his hands so that he would like get calluses and no blisters.
Grew up very poor, like a lot of Latin American players, so he didn't have like lotion. He didn't have lotion to smooth out his hands. Why would you pee on your hands?
I don't know. Ask the internet.
Lyoto Machida drinks his own pee before fights.
Okay, that's gross. The peeing in your hands is not as... I mean, that's gross too, but not as gross.
Like, I'm sure at some point or another, every guy's accidentally peed on his hand. But why would you purposely pee on your hands? I'm
just coming up with ways to get rid of these goddamn blisters for Rich Hill.
Right.
We need to get rid of the blisters.
All right.
He could poop on his hands for all I care. I don't care. And we need to get this guy on the mound somehow. I don't know. The wax idea, the peeing, I don't know. But... internet, if you can find some other way
that's not disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a way out there. There's some health people out there.
Maybe he's into that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not going to judge him. As long as he can pitch, I'm not going to judge him.
Well, he hasn't pitched yet. All right, so you are feeling like we are going to get Kershaw back. I'm feeling like it
in September.
He did a little long toss.
Dave Roberts said that the plan was always September.
Okay, it's very mysterious. It's very mysterious.
He's going to win the ERA title.
Well, he will win that and the WAR title. He's going to win all the titles except for the Cy Young because he won't have pitched enough games probably. Who else do you give it to now at this point?
Because everyone else now has ERAs in the high to mid 2s.
Yeah, because Cueto's becoming a dumpster fire now.
That's why
Bumgarner's lost 2 out of the last 3.
He got wrecked in the All-Star game. That's why I don't like my players in the All-Star game, especially Dodger players. Like they just don't perform after that.
Well, Seager was in a slump after it too.
It just gets in your head.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the Rams. Are we done with the Dodgers?
No, we're not done with the Dodgers.
What else?
We're going to transition Dodgers into Rams.
Oh, that's right.
Because Clayton Kershaw, being the awesome rich guy that he is, he decided to buy every Rams player a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
Do you think it has to do with he's rich, or do you think he's just being nice? Because that's Clayton.
Both. He's a really nice guy. But Johnny, how much is Johnny Walker Blue? Let me look this up.
I don't know.
Johnny Walker.
Right now, that'll be boring for our show. Well, we're.
Holy crap! So Johnny Walker Blue retails at $449
and he bought 200 bottles.
So it's him being a nice guy and him being super rich.
Now let me just say this: Jeff Fisher, the coach of the Rams, in training camp, he admitted at UCI that they're sleeping in dorms. By the way, so he may need this Johnny Walker Blue because he's sleeping on a blow-up mattress. He's on an air mattress. The coach of the Rams. Who's also a millionaire.
He's also
a millionaire. For some reason, he's on a blow-up mattress.
And he could go live at his house because he lives in Los Angeles. He's from here. He could leave OTA and go home.
Yeah, that's a long drive.
But it's all about being part of the team, unity, and they need content for Hard Knocks.
Oh, so the blow-up mattress is the car.
Could you imagine an episode of Hard Knocks where everyone's just drunk out of their mind and they're all holding the Johnny Blue Walker stuff, that Johnny Walker Blue that Kershaw sent them?
I hope.
And all their snaps start looking like Puig?
Yeah.
And they're just like, Kershaw, woo, thanks, bruh.
Somehow these Johnny Walker Blues from Kershaw are going to get on Hard Knocks. They can't not.
Right.
They got to get on there. I mean, it's booze. They're getting on there.
$450 a bottle, and he bought 200 of them.
That's awesome.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
I wish I were rich.
By the way, Puig is already making friends over at...
we saw the snaps. He's out partying with his teammates. He says, quote, I love this team, which is good.
This is good because he might be on it for another month.
Yeah. Or
3 weeks.
Yeah.
He'll get called up in September.
Trace has 2 fractures in his back. So
I don't think
they're saying that if he comes back, it would be late September.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we got Rob Second in.
Yeah.
Who's
tearing it up.
Dodger fans, did you see this? 5 RBIs in 2 games?
His wife is about to pop. They're about to have their first child.
This is awesome.
He was saying how during the game he was freaking out. He's like, okay, I haven't gone up to bat yet. I just know it. They're going to call me, tell me that my wife went into labor, and I'm going to have to leave the game before I get the hit.
Exactly.
And then he gets that double that
drove in too. Yeah. And then he's got 5 RBIs in 2 games. That's awesome. So we don't need any of these guys. We just got Rob Saget in.
That's true.
Come on, Rob.
And
come on.
Kiki's back.
Kike's back. He had a home run the other day too.
I like it.
He's still batting under 200 though. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Rams preseason. We've got the quarterback. We've got the Cowboys coming up,
August
and
13.
We've got the starter. Who's our starter? Case
That's going to be Keenum.
Why?
Well, because their general manager said it's going to be Keenum. Not because he deserves it or doesn't deserve it, but they're like, okay, you have the most experience of anybody in camp now because they released Nick Foles because he asked for a release because he knew he wasn't going to play.
Yes.
So now Keenum went through the OTAs as the starter. He'll start week 1 in the preseason. But he said that the competition for the actual starting job of week 1 is a competition for the quarterbacks. But it's preseason.
Yeah.
Keenum's going to play a quarter, maybe the half. Then, who was our other quarterback besides Foles and Goff?
Does that matter?
They'll let that guy get some snaps in, and I think they'll put Goff in the second half, let him play the second half or maybe an entire quarter.
Well, listen, last Rams show, you predicted that we were going to win 10 games, which is pretty ridiculous. I said
that was my bold prediction.
It was very bold. I said I was more realistic and said 8-8. I was just being a positive fan because this team is a young team. We're probably, besides Gurley and our pretty good defense, we're going to have trouble scoring touchdowns and putting points up on the board against really good teams, of which there's a lot in our division.
If your bold prediction comes true, we shouldn't have trouble scoring because Gurley's going to break the all-time rushing record.
That doesn't matter about winning or losing games. Yards for running, but they're just handing the ball off to him 35 times.
He's going to score 35 touchdowns.
It doesn't mean he's going to.
No,
okay,
he won't.
all right.
No, he won't.
So the NFL analysts, of which we are not.
We are not NFL
We're
analysts.
fans, as you guys know. NFL
new
analysts.
fans. I am a new fan.
You are a new fan.
I'm still learning stuff.
NFL analysts have said that we're probably going to win 4 games. That's not exciting.
Hey, Keenum went 3-2 last year as a starter. Granted, he started his career with the Texans 0-8, but most people start their career with the Texans off 0-8.
Yeah. Well, if Keenum's not the starter and we have a rookie quarterback starting off, there's going to be talk about yips. There's going to probably be a lot of yips going on. There's going to be some.
I like where Goff is coming from, where he had these video game numbers while playing on a shitty team up in Cal.
Yes.
It's like, okay, you're telling me that even with you having shitty receivers and a shitty defense and a shitty coaching staff playing in the Pac-12, you still, as an individual, performed well enough that you got drafted number 1 overall. So now that you're going to have NFL-level talent around you, you could kind of, I don't want to say carry the team, but between you and Gurley on the offense, we just need some receivers. We don't have any receivers.
We just don't know what we're getting from our tight ends, receivers. Let's talk a little bit about Trey Mason.
Trey Mason, the saga that is Trey Mason. I mean, the season ends, the dude disappears. Mm-hmm. There's no contact with the team. The team tries to reach out to him. And then at first the team was kind of like, is this dude holding out? Is this like a lockout situation? He gets in trouble with the law 5 times in the last 6 months for speeding and various other things. And then suddenly he shows up at home in Florida because he's from Florida.
Well, wait a minute. He was speeding in L.A. and they had to tase him twice.
Because he's a big guy.
Well, they pulled him over. He didn't want to. He was resisting, and so they had to throw a taser on him.
Yeah, and now, it's the middle of July. They find him at his mother's house in Florida doing drills outside. And when they go to...
Wait a minute. He's doing drills?
Yeah, he's doing NFL drills.
In his front yard?
Football drills in the front yard of his mom's house. And that's how the neighbors saw him. And the neighbors...
wait, the Maserati wasn't a giveaway that was also in the front
driveway? I don't
driveway?
know if the Maserati was in the driveway or not. I didn't see pictures. Yeah. But the neighbors were kind of like, this guy's acting kind of weird. His friends thought he was acting kind of weird. His family at the same time couldn't locate him until he ended up at his mom's house. And now it's like, all joking aside, it's a serious issue where this guy appears to have mental health issues. And is it that he's bipolar? Does he have CTE? Like what's going on here? Because he's acting really irrational. So his family and friends were like, dude, we have to commit you. So they did. They admitted him into a hospital on July 29th.
For some observations.
Yeah.
And to
so
find
it's
out
kind of
what's
like...
going on.
I don't know what happened. It's like this guy went from being a national championship
Auburn,
player at Auburn and being a Heisman finalist to getting some touches in the NFL. And then Gurley comes in, so his touches went down.
But they still need a good running back.
And they still need a good running back. But did that affect his psyche? Does he have CTE? I mean, as a running back, like I said, you have a finite window to be an elite level running back because you get beat up on every play. So Is he getting that early onset Alzheimer's?
He's a little young for that. He's only 23.
He is, but you have to think about it. This kid's been playing football since he was 5.
Okay.
So
true.
how many hits to the head has he received between the ages of 5 and what, 22, 23? How old is he?
I think he's 23. Yeah.
Yeah, so
22, 23, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's a little it's a little disconcerting. I think that maybe he was a little worried. I think there's something going on because he talked about that when the police came to his house that he was going to call the White House and have people fired.
Right, and when he got arrested, they took him into the police station because they had to take him to the hospital first. And the police officers were saying that he told them, he goes, this is really weird. This is really weird because usually I'm the entertainment for people. Now you guys are the entertainment for me. And the cops thought it was the weirdest thing. So they knew, they're like, okay, there's something not right with this guy's head.
Were the Hard Knocks cameras there?
I don't think so. No, they're not filming him because he's technically not on the team because he failed to report. So they put him on the non-report list.
But wouldn't that be a story on Hard Knocks? I mean, to me, that would.
I think they'll bring it up.
Okay.
Are they going to go try and interview him and follow him into the hospital? I don't think so.
He's an interesting case.
Do you think Kershaw sent him a bottle of Johnny Walker?
Probably not.
I think Kershaw just sent it to like the team and said, "Hey, you guys distribute as you feel fit."
He just bought 200 and Trey.
Could you imagine that? Just like this UPS truck shows up with a pallet of Johnny Walker. Hey guys, here you go. Welcome to Los Angeles. Have fun.
It's weird. Going back, Clayton does not. It's weird. Clayton does not strike me as a dude who would give out, maybe Bibles or some seedlings for some trees to plant or some water purifiers for like what he doesn't strike me as somebody who would give out
I see what he's doing. He's extending an olive branch. He's appeasing to them so that when he needs people to show up to the Dodgers ping pong night or do the missionary work, he'd be like, hey guys, you got names too? Goff, it'd look really good if you came out and helped me build houses.
Good point.
Goff and Gurley should be part of the Kershaw Foundation where, you know how Kershaw donates money every time he strikes somebody out? Yeah. Every time they get a touchdown, they should do something.
Okay. Well, maybe this is the bigger plan.
There you go.
You got to talk to Clayton about this.
I'll talk to Kershaw about that.
All right,
I'll have our people contact his people.
Who's our random Ram?
All right, guys. As you know, every time we do a Rams episode, we are learning who the Rams are. So in our random Rams segment, we are going to be talking about Corey Hartley.
Yeah.
He is. So this guy, he went to Chino Hills, California. He's a local kid. Yeah. Went to UCLA. He's a tight end. He's 6'4", 260 pounds. But the Rams use him as a blocking running back more than anything.
Blocking running back?
Yeah.
But he's a tight end.
He's a tight end. But he's a really big guy, so they use him for...
260 is huge.
Yeah. And he is the son of a former baseball player and the current New York Yankees bullpen coach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can he catch the football?
I assume that he could. That's why he plays in the NFL. But I don't think that the Rams trust him enough. That's why he doesn't get all the playing time at the tight end position, and he's used more as a running back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, as a blocking
running back. Yeah, he's not. They're not going to give him the ball over Gurley.
Right, and he also went undrafted in 2012, 2013, and then he later signed as a free agent with the Rams. So that's how he ended up with the St. Louis Rams, and it's cool that they came back to Los Angeles, so he comes back home.
That's nice. That's good.
He's a local product. Chino Hills, and then UCLA.
Perfect. I love it. Welcome back to Los Angeles.
Welcome back to Los Angeles.
Yeah. So, what is our gift of the day?
Gift of the day, guys. Gift of the day is hilarious because some random dude snuck onto the field at the OTAs for the Rams, and he was wearing a Rams visor. So he just started signing autographs for the fans that were standing by the sideline.
So awesome.
Because we've missed out on the NFL for such a long time, we don't recognize our own players. But to be honest, I would not have known whether or not this guy was a player. These guys were helmets and masks, and it's like, I don't know. Like, he looks like he's in shape. He's on the field. He's
look at that guy. He must be a Rams guy.
He's wearing Rams gear. He's in shape, right? Can you give me an autograph, sir?
Kendrick Lamar was that
Kendrick Lamar was there because Kendrick Lamar is also a Los Angeles guy. He's a product of Los Angeles.
He's now a Rams fan, he says.
I wonder what he was before.
I think he grew up without football like you.
Yeah,
he's the same. He's younger than you. He grew up without football, and so now he is a
Rams fan.
He had Rams gear on.
Hey, do you think Snoop Dogg's gonna be a Rams fan?
Fuck yeah.
And Will Ferrell?
I don't know.
Oh, what about Bryan Cranston?
Of course.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because he's a huge Dodger fan.
Yeah, he'll be a Rams fan. They're all going to be Rams fans.
So yeah, all the celebrities that go to the Kings games and the Dodger games, we need you guys now at the Rams
and Lakers
games. And the Lakers games.
Yeah, it's going to be a star-studded affair.
Oh, I like it. I want to see Will Ferrell going up and down the sidelines like he does at the USC games.
He's at his home away from home at the Coliseum for Rams games for 3 years, so he'll be there.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but that's been our show. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud. Congratulations to the contest winners. And we're not having a show next week, so keep your eye on the Instagram because we're going to be doing BTS stuff. But yeah, that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.